League board in holding all the positions except secretary because they alternated secretary and treasurer, held all of the vice president, president-elect, president positions, past president, of course. And I was president in 1989. And then I moved on to AIA, New Jersey, where I had served in the position of each of those offices as well, leading up to a presidency in 1999, the last century. Well, the personal development that I was able to get through AIA had been through contacts and reaching out and understanding the importance of communication and legislative affairs, and then being able to reach out with each of the sections so that you had a better unity in communication with them. Beyond that, that also got me because I was early on, around 2000, after I served as president, I became the person who would be going to the state board meetings. So I was AIA New Jersey's representative at the state board meetings. And I would go to those meetings, which were at the time held twice a month in Newark. And from that time, what had happened was there were changes with interior design and getting interior designers certified in New Jersey. That happened. That left a position for an interior designer being on the board. And we fought for and got an additional architect serving on the board. And since I was there at all the meetings anyway, and I was AIA New Jersey's rep, they asked if I'd be interested in that position, and which, of course, I jumped on. I think professionally, it's been involved. It's an involvement with so many different personalities, so many different people, so many wonderful colleagues. That's been a tremendous benefit for me professionally, as well as personally, in getting to know people, become very good friends with quite a few. And that I feel is important because it gives an opportunity also to reach out to someone, someone that you can lean on. You have mentors through the years, even in starting out in the Architects League, even before getting licensed, doing freelance work and helping out other architects and understanding how they functioned, how their practice worked, and how you could fit in starting your own practice. I found two in particular. One was challenging for what I had to come up with on the design concept, and the other was for adaptive reuse. And there was one school that I had worked on that had an ancient pool, indoor pool, which was neglected, unused for about 20 years. And basically the bottom of that pool was just filled with old desks and chairs. And at the time, the school had only a cafegimatorium, which was the cafeteria, the auditorium, and the gym, all in one room. So by being able to take over the pool facility, we were able to separate out a cafeteria and accommodated a lot more kids in there too. The other was for a design that, again, was a school, and it happened to be a design that was originally done that the outside panel was done as a combined system with window and insulated panel. And all of the mechanical and electrical was surface attached on the inside of those panels. Now the panels were breaking away and the windows had to be replaced. And we came up with a design that we were able to maintain the framing and being able to install new windows, proper insulation. And that was a challenging project that we got done. Because I started so early on and I held so many different positions, and it reaches back even putting together programs at the Architects League. And it's the technology changes. I mean, everything was drafting on hand. When I started out, it was ink on, even before Mylar, on linen, that you would be drawing up these details. And to be able to change over into the technological world, even as I was a treasurer, and being able to take everything just being handwritten to now being able to put it on a computer and have everything print out for you. So this is just wonderful, and having this. And the technology of the change in AutoCAD and the systems. When I was doing programs, I brought together a tabletop exhibit of all the different companies that were dealing with now these automated drafting systems. And the costs for these single station units, at being over $50,000 at the time in the very early 80s, was just something no one could afford. And to see the advancement of it has been tremendous. The other big change, I think, from the Architects League and AIA New Jersey's perspective, was AIA New Jersey would have an annual meeting that they would also have their exhibitors down there, their tabletops, and we would hold these in Atlantic City. And that really lost interest as the difference and change in technology and how the reach out for architectural reps had changed tremendously. That led to having, even with the Architects League, having CSI coming in once a year and having about 10 exhibitors. And that's what evolved. What we had changed with that was getting rid of CSI, quite honestly, and just setting up tabletop exhibits. And those tabletop exhibits, such as the one with AutoCAD, led to the development in 1990 of having our own, the league's exhibits and exhibitors. Then we joined with Newark and Suburban, and that brought in a lot of money, and that brought a lot of changes to our advantage. AIA New Jersey, of course, no longer has those exhibits and those events down in Atlantic City, but different sections have picked up on it. But I think that the benefit to that has been particularly for our scholarships with the Architects League. And I'm proud and very happy that that's been done, because even in running scholarships for a few years, you just couldn't get people wanting to put in applications. We're only getting $500. And now you're able to change that completely and expand that a lot. The other big change really has been in communication and the way that we communicate. Whoever heard of Zoom meetings a few years ago, that you'd be able to do this, even at the state board level? It's done by Zoom meeting. It's all so much easier. We put together, when I was with AIA New Jersey, the value of an architect videotape, and that also has evolved tremendously. And I like to say the communication I've always felt is very important between the state board and AIA, because this is the same profession. We just look at it from different angles. We have to. But it doesn't mean that we can't and shouldn't be talking to one another. So the communication has been a big help.